Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Yes, let's. Those were some good main quests. To get back into to get a good test of Bahamut's Eikon abilities and get back into the groove of stuff. After the insanity of last stream, with all that went down. A new missive. Well, let's go read the missive and also buy back up items, because as I was trying to learn how to play as Bahamut, I got hit a lot.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
You're telling me, sister. You're telling me. Can I do this? You still have to go back up here and buy potion. You know what? I never use these, but go ahead and give me these too. Why not? Just to say that I'm maxed on them.
Come again.
Last elixir seems too baby mode for me, though. I assume I got a missive from, like, all three of them. But we have a lot of missives. What the heck? Cursebreaker intelligence. Reports from our brothers and sisters afield are all the same. These accursed skies cast not only a pall over the land, but over the hearts of her people. Hearts already heavy from the fall of the Dominion and the destruction of Storm's final mother crystal. For now, the realm endures, but with each new flood do her remaining children descend further into madness. The situation is, as ever, dire. Fresh wings shall find you on the new moon's turning. Until then, our watch continues. May the crystal's curse be broken. What is your name again? I can't read that handwriting. You're the guy who always tells me when Blackthorn is feeling bad, but I don't remember your name. Quite the mess. Word out of Twinside is that there's little left of the capital after the Mad Prince's royal tantrum. But what of you and yours? Did you manage an escape before the city went up in flame? I trust you did, but a Stolas might be good to set Elle's mind at ease. From Theodore. We did put your name? No, you just didn't put your name at all. You only did your little... Okay, your little scribble. How fares the rest? The Guardians are getting along with the axes fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls when not clearing out what few threats remain down in the reeds, though chances are we'd still be neck deep in Akashic had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you've a realm to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask. Martha. The flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent of showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would have been in the hands of the Akashic, and us but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking, so as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Sir Wade. Oh, his name is August. It's August. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping rid us of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think we've seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the ghouls come once again calling, but I have to worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine, the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Isabel. And then the last one. The Guard and League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all leave to sip our snake spit in relative leisure. Snake spit must be the name of an alcoholic drink, I guess. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your countenance, and, well, you know, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we, Lubor? Oh, Lubor, you rascal, you. I did want an icon that could summon allies, and now I have it with satellites. You're right. With this tippet dyed red for the flames of the Firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers, does Sir Wade pledge not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of the Flame. How nice. I do like the Wall of Memories. That's a really neat thing to have in games. Like, little memorabilia, little mementos, rather, is the word I should use there, of stuff throughout the game. I like it. I bought the last elixir purely because I wasn't spending money on much else, so I had loads. Didn't have a single game over throughout my playthrough, so I bought a 20k paperweight. Nice, nice. Hold up, Otto. Let me grab this renown real quick. This reward, rather.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
A pall lifted. Hugo's men are gone, and with them the fear in our hearts. Once more shall the markets echo with mirth and merriment, and it is you who we have to thank, the Dalamil Spicer. Well, I don't... You know,
you earned this.
The world's kind of going crazy right now, so I'm not all too sure about that. 1550 to go to further stuff. Talisman of Priming sounds interesting, but who knows? That's an orchestra thing and then just a material, so I want more AP is all I really want. So let me look at what we have available right here. 2100 ability points. So, you know, I mean, like, is Giga Flare. Mastery, any icon, of course. Upgrade, increase the number of hits inflicted by the beam. Yeah, make the beam better. Makes sense. Do I want to get Wind Up back? I like satellites. So what it would be then is if I want Wind Up, I think the only thing available that I'm willing to pass on right now is actually Flames of Rebirth. Which, if we're gonna get Giga Flare, I don't really mind losing Flames of Rebirth, because I don't think I want Judgment Bolt, Giga Flare, and Flames of Rebirth. That seems like a lot, right? Do I still have the Flames of Rebirth item? I do. So getting rid of Flames of Rebirth would also open up an accessory slot, which there's nothing I really want on that accessory slot specifically right now. But if I could get something that reduces the cooldown of satellites, or just made satellites better in general, but I mean ideally cooldown for it, I would definitely be down for that. I would like it. How much do I get back if I refund you? 1700. Okay. And then how much do you take 660 just to upgrade, then probably about 1,000 to master. So Flames of Rebirth would basically pay for Wind Up being mastered. I think I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, 1,000 to master. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. Reset this. We're definitely keeping Heatwave. Heatwave is amazing. And now we only need like 500 to get Giga Flare. And Giga Flare will replace Impulse. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm down with this. I think I'm here for it. I've convinced myself. And now we save the rest of our points for... You know what I wish I could do, but I'd have to master Giga Flare for it, so it's way too expensive. I wish I could put Giga Flare here on this triangle move where Flames of Rebirth used to be, and then put Wind Up on square for Impulse. I would actually like that setup so much more. Let's do, I'm kind of looking to... I think I want to put Judgment Bolt here and put Wind Up on Garuda instead. Earth and Wind together, Fire and Lightning together. Yeah, makes sense to me. And then when I assume we're going to get Odin's Icon next, probably. And then probably potentially look... Well, no, I'll have Giga Flare and Satellite. I don't know what we're going to do when we get Odin's Icon. Odin's Icon will have to have something pretty good. It'll have to be something to replace Wind Up, or maybe make me give up Gouge, but, like, there's no way I'm giving up Heatwave. I adore Heatwave. This is one of my favorite arts in the game. And I'm really liking Satellite. I don't know what we'll do when that happens. The game gives you a lot of options, which is, you know, really cool of the game, but it is a lot at the same time. Better to have too many options than too few, though, I would say. Yo, Otto, what's crack-a-lackin'? One of the shops might have the satellite accessory you want. I'm not fully sure, but I know after Bahamut onwards, some of them start appearing in shops. Okay, good to know.
Was wondering when you turn up. Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Yo, Joshua! Yo, there's Dion!
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an Eikon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
That was dramatically timed.
It's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
All right, trade. Clive handle Gav. Tara, you take care of Joshua.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Ty had told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Yo, the trio's back together. Let's go. This is a genius idea. Let's take... Yeah, we got some side questing to do. Holy cow. Let's take the dude with Ultima sealed in his chest and have him travel with the dude that Ultima wants to possess the body of. Makes sense to me. All adds up. Open up. Alright, what's this side quest? Hit me.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid's scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
I'm on it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
You got it. Give me this renown. I want more ability points. Ba-da-ba. Open up. Alright, let's get these other two side quests before we do anything else.
Lost its appetite.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
I don't believe you.
So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I refuse to believe. I remember this side quest with the stuff that looked like purple sludge that the dude almost collapsed eating, but then said, wait, it's actually good. I refuse to believe that people are scarfing that down.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
Harpocrates.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, whatever. As long as I get my renown, I'm happy. Oh, we also have hunts to do, don't we? At least 3 of them, and one of them is an S rank. Definitely gonna do those hunts. Let's jump back in here and talk to Harpocrates real quick, then we'll go pick up the 3rd side quest. Hey, yo, Harpocrates! I got a head scratcher for you this time, old-timer.